We recently talked about the dumbest kill streaks in COD history. We also talked about the most underrated kill streaks in COD history. Go check that one out if you haven't already. But there's another category of streaks that gets brought up a lot. That's the most overpowered streaks. And yeah, I know that streaks are supposed to be super powerful to make them worth using, but sometimes a streak gives you a little too much in return for the asking price, and it can be really frustrating to go up against. What's up, everybody? Jimmy or Chaos. Today, we're going to be looking at 20 of the most overpowered streaks in COD history. To be clear, we're counting all kinds of streaks in this video, meaning kill streaks, score streaks, point streaks, and death streaks will be eligible for this list. You guys let me know what you think the most OP streak in COD history is. Drop a like. Let's get salty together. Make sure you're subscribed with those notifications fully turned on. At number 20, the Harrier strike in Modern Warfare 2 2009. I think this was the most essential stepping stone to a nuke back in the original Modern Warfare 2. I think everyone remembers just how terrifying it was when the announcer called it in. Not only was it a directional airstrike on a certain location, but it would then let an AI-controlled fighter jet hover over the location and open fire at anybody it saw for 7 kills. The Harrier could easily get you 6 to 8 in return, and all those kills counted towards your nuke. It was an iconic streak, but it was probably a little too strong for only costing you 7 kills. Before we move on, guys, if you get anything from G2A.com, use code CHAOS. Link is at the top of the description, whether you're getting a new PC game, whether you're getting gift cards, whatever it may be. Take advantage. At number 19, the EMP in Modern Warfare 3 2011. Now, this was one of the most devastating streaks in COD history, and it was introduced in Modern Warfare 2, but then it was brought back for Modern Warfare 3, and some joker at Sledgehammer thought it would be a great idea to move it down to the support streak category, meaning you didn't even have to go on a kill streak to get it. It would cost you 18 points to call in, but you could die as many times as you wanted to on that journey. So literally anyone could get one of the most devastating streaks in the game with 0 skill. That's overpowered. I don't know who decided to do that, but they really should have reconsidered before the game went gold. At number 18, Drone Squad in Black Ops 4. It's always kind of fun to have a little drone flying around, keeping you safe on the battlefield, and that's one of the main reasons why I love the Talon so much in Black Ops 3, but when Treyarch was making Black Ops 4, they brought the Talon back with a huge buff, made it a little too good. The Drone Squad in Black Ops 4 was a small group of Talon drones that would follow you around and open fire at anyone they saw. They were also way smaller and way faster than the Talon, which made them super difficult to counter and track. I mean, I can see what the idea here was, but the drones were way too small and fast to counter, and at a relatively low cost of 1,000 points, I think they were a little too good. They either needed to be bigger, slower, or more expensive. At number 17, the Lightning Strike in Black Ops 2. I love this. It was on every one of my classes. It was an iconic streak. It appeared several times in COD history, but the original Black Ops 2 version was a little too good for how cheap it was. This streak would let you mark 3 spots on the map. You got a quick bombing run by AI, but the blast radius on each of these locations was massive. The jets flew in almost instantly after you activated the streak, which made it virtually impossible to avoid if you were on the receiving end. You would hear the announcer start to say enemy lightning strike inbound, and then the explosions would kick off before he even finished talking. Guess how much? 750 points, 625 if you're running hardline. Come on. Probably a little too easy to exploit, which I did every single match. At number 16, the care package in Black Ops 3. Am I crazy? Or was the care package in this game kind of dumb? Much like other versions of it, the Black Ops 3 version was easy to earn, would give you a random streak in return for calling him. But the Black Ops 3 version, it seemed really good for some reason. Constantly gave you super high streaks in return for a handful of kills. I don't know, maybe it was just my personal experience or luck with the care package in this game, but I always felt like your odds of getting something good were way higher than other COD games. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy here, but if you ask me, I think this was the best care package in COD history. It was also one of the cheapest. At number 15, the Juggernaut in Modern Warfare 2019. I love the Juggernaut. Everybody loves the Juggernaut. I'm all for the Juggernaut being super powerful. But why would this version only cost 15 kills? I know, 15 kills sounds like a lot, but for the amount of damage you can do on smaller maps with this thing, 15 kills was nothing, because not only were you virtually invincible in the 2019 Juggernaut armor, but it also gave you a freaking death machine as your primary weapon, which would instantly melt anybody who got in front of you. If you got the Juggernaut armor on the smaller maps like Shipment, Rust, or Shoot House, you would get 20 to 30 kills. Now, I know it was an expensive streak in the game, but I also felt like this version of the Jug was a little too good, because when you think about it, 15 kills in a game like Modern Warfare where the time to kill was quick and the map design was campy, a 15 kill streak really wasn't that difficult, and this is what you got in return. You got rewarded for camping? I don't know. At number 14, the dogs in World at War. The attack dogs were a staple of Treyarch's COD games for a long time, and the first version of the iconic pooches was World at War. but these dogs were probably a little too good for their asking price in the game. They would only cost you 7 kills to call in. That's way too cheap. They were actually really hard to counter because of how janky the melee lock-on was in the game. Much like the Black Ops version of the dogs, the World at War dogs would come in this giant pack, run around the battlefield, kill anybody they saw. But unlike the Black Ops version, they were much easier to earn and way harder for the enemy team to kill once they got within a certain radius. So you would regularly get 10 plus kills in return. I know we all love the streak. I did, but the original World at War version, probably a little too strong for only costing you 7 kills. At number 13, the Hellstorm in Black Ops 3. Everybody loves the Hellstorm missile. This version, maybe a little strong. Mid-tier streak, just like the original from Black Ops 2. Cost you 800 points to earn, but it had much better speed, much better maneuverability than the Black Ops 2 version, as well as a much more generous lock-on system. So you could easily get 4 to 5 kills every time. Plus, since Black Ops 3 was a jetpack game, the maps were more open, had less overhead cover, which made the Hellstorm way harder to avoid if you were on the receiving end. Again, everybody loves the Hellstorm missile, but if we're being honest, Black Ops 3 version, maybe a little too good. At number 12, the Sentry in Black Ops 4. It's in almost every Call of Duty game. Name a Call of Duty game it hasn't been in, but the Black Ops 4 version, kind of stupid. Not only was it super aggressive, could kill you in the blink of an eye, which was annoying in a game with a long time to kill, it's also really small compared to other COD Sentry guns, which made it harder to destroy. Plus, hardly anybody was running grenades or rocket launchers in this game, so you had to shoot it with bullets, and since it was so tiny, that wasn't easy. Then if you got in its line of sight while you tried to shoot, it would just delete you, and it only cost you 900 points to call in. And Black Ops 4 was one of the games that gave you full 100 points for assist and kills, so this thing was easy to get. I mean, Treyarch, I don't know what Treyarch was thinking on that one. At number 11, the Escort drop in Modern Warfare 3, the original. This is one of the coolest streaks by far in COD history. Throw down a marker, a few seconds later, the area will have this giant Osprey hovering over it, dropping care packages like little freaking goodie bags on Halloween for your team, while also lighting up any enemy player who tries to get it. So why was it overpowered? Well, it was a support streak. You didn't actually have to go on a kill streak to call this monster in. All you had to do was get 18 points, kills or objective captures or assists, and if you're running Hardline Pro, you call it in. Support players could call an Escort airdrop in 2 to 3 to even 4 times in a single match if they were decent at the game. Halfway decent. Super annoying. At number 10, Painkiller in Modern Warfare 2 2009. This may be one of the, if not the most annoying death streaks in the original game because of how much it helped the user and how easy it was to get. Painkiller would give you a 300% health boost after spawning in, meaning the user had a whopping 400 health points for 10 whole seconds. And it only required you to die 3 times in a row without getting a kill in order to get applied. Cheapest death streak in the game. Had the obvious effects on the next gunfight. You could literally stick somebody with a Simtex grenade and shoot them a few times and they would walk it off. They would. Thankfully, it was one and done. Never returned after Modern Warfare 2, but we're not done. At number 9, Dead Man's Hand in Modern Warfare 3 2011. Somebody over at Sledgehammer thought it would be funny to bring back Final Stand, but let's put a C4 charge instead of a gun. Dead Man's Hand was a death streak in Modern Warfare 3. Even though we put a live C4 charge in your hand if you died 6 times in a row without getting a kill, I guess if that happens, you deserve something, at which point you could manually hit the detonate button when enemy players got close. There are clips of people literally just running into Dawn flags in HQ hills with Dead Man's Hand and killing the entire enemy team for free. Super dumb, super overpowered. There was literally no counter to it, and you didn't have to do a thing to earn it. You just had to suck. The harder you sucked, the more times you got hit and you turned into a walking nuke. At number 8, the AC-130 in Modern Warfare 2, the original. Had to be on here. Everybody remembers the iconic Flying Fortress, right? Everybody remembers the fact you could get 10 to 15 kills with it, but how many of you actually remember how easy it was to get and how hard it was to shoot down? There's been plenty of AC-130 style streaks in COD history, but they're usually super expensive and have a decent counter. But the OG, 11 kills. And remember, all the kill streak kills in this game would count towards your next streak. So if you got a Predator missile for 5, you could easily get your Harrier, and then your Harrier would almost always get you to your AC-130. It was a stepping ladder. Once the AC-130 was in the air, the enemy team would have to fire a minimum of 3 rockets to shoot it down. And again, the AC-130 would easily get you your other 10 kills towards your nuke. It was iconic, but it was blatantly overpowered. At number 7, the system hack in Advanced Warfare. Easily one of the most annoying streaks in COD history. In fact, in our previous video on dumbest streaks, I'm pretty sure it got the number 1 spot. Spoiler alert. But as far as being overpowered goes, it qualifies for that label. The system hack would only cost 700 points. You call it in, disable the enemy team's HUD for a long time, and then there was modifiers. You could customize it. You could slap them on it. You could put the ability to paint a giant skull on the enemy team's screen, as well as the ability to turn off their exosuits or turn them all into sitting ducks for almost a full minute. This one was wild. At number 6, the Chopper Gunner in Black Ops. Chopper Gunner on firing range, man. Chopper Gunner. Chopper Gunner. Chopper Gunner. Dogs Chopper Gunner. It's my all-time favorite kill streak, and yeah, I can admit it was way too good. Streak would let you take control of a gunner in a helicopter circling the map, blasting anyone on the enemy team who peeked their head out of cover, plus no spawn protection of any kind in the original Black Ops, so you would literally just erase the enemy team over and over with no consequence. You would rack up at least a dozen kills or more, and you know how much the version of the Chopper Gunner cost to call in? 9 kills. For 9 kills, you could bring the entire match to a standstill, get 10, 15, even 20 kills in return. Yeah. Speaking of OG Black Ops streaks, we got one more. At number 5. The Blackbird in Black Ops. The OG version of the advanced UAV gave your team the exact locations of all enemy players, even telling you what direction they were facing, how much they were breathing, what blood type they had. Plus, the Blackbird could not be shot down. No counter. Absolute amazing streak. Would give your team a huge advantage for its duration. And you know how much it cost? 8 kills. That's it. Later versions of the Blackbird were made way more expensive. But back in the original Black Ops, just get it over and over again. Make your team into a bunch of Terminators. Way too strong for how cheap it was. At number 4, the Set It and Forget It. Hunter Killer in Black Ops 2. One of my favorite streaks of the classic COD era, but even I can admit it was annoying and too good. Could be earned for a handful of kills. Just a small handful. Or objective captures. Would let you throw up a little drone in the sky, zip around the map, dive bomb on enemy players, get 2, 3, 4, 5 kills. There wasn't any way to see it coming. If you were on the other team, you were dead. It was cheap. You could earn it over and over again in a single life without ever looking up. I loved it, but we can all admit it was too good. I mean, if you were really good, you could get like 5 to 10 of these a match. At number 3, the RCXD and the Black Ops series. Same thing. Way too cheap for how much damage it could do back in the classic games like Black Ops 2 and 3. You could just keep earning RC cars over and over again without dying. You only needed 3 to 4 kills to get them, and they could easily get you another few kills. They were iconic for the Black Ops series, yes. But should they have been this powerful and this cheap? Probably not. I mean, if you were using Hardline in Black Ops 1, you literally only needed 2 kills to get an RC car. At number 2, the Stealth Bomber in Modern Warfare 3, the original. You knew it was going to be here. The no-skill multi-kill support streak in the original game, meaning you didn't actually have to earn it. All you had to do was get 14 points one way or another, mark a direction on your map, giant bomber comes over, floods the entire map, wipes out the enemy players, you feel good about yourself. In objective game modes like Dom, Demo, and Drop Zone, you could easily wipe out the entire team in one go. And the fact that you didn't even have to go on a single kill streak to earn it, that's frustrating. And at number 1 today, the most overpowered kill streak is actually a death streak. Final Stand in classic Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Yeah, the most infamous death streak in COD history, and for good reason. If you died just 4 times without getting a kill, you would be given the ability to drop to the ground before your next death with your weapon drawn, allowed you to get some really cheap kills on the enemies in front of you who weren't possibly going to react to you getting a frame-perfect drop shot on them. There was insane clips of people literally winning matches because Final Stand gave them a bunch of free kills where they should have been dead. Final Stand never returned after OG Modern Warfare 3, and you know what? Good riddance. Never should have been there to begin with. Let me know one OP kill streak that didn't make the list, and I'll see you guys soon.